enough of that nonsense. Guys, I'm doing this timer in an attempt to be more kid-friendly for YouTube so we can play the algorithm and I can stop getting put to the bottom of the barrel. Anyways, what's up, guys? Welcome to the weekly live stream Q&A. Used to be Thursdays. Gary White, music is killing me. Used to be Thursdays. Now it is Fridays because I don't have a life and I might as well hang out with you guys on Fridays. And that's cool. I don't mind. You guys are great. I do have some announcements. Per usual, you guys can start adding your questions, reef-related or non-reef-related, in the comment section, and we'll get started. Try to go for about an hour. I just did the first, I guess, 3/4 of the Vast Marine Calcster video. We just added the K2 to the 300-gallon reef, technically 500-gallon reef, and you guys will have that video on Sunday. Now, speaking of that, allergies. That's off topic. Allergies are crazy. I'm going to be sniffling. It's not COVID, I don't think. Anyway, speaking of Sundays, I will be uploading starting this week. Every single Sunday, I will be uploading a non-stream related video. It will be something hopefully you guys like. So every Sunday. And now the reason for this is I need a little bit more consistency in my schedule in hopes of, becoming friends with YouTube again. And so every Sunday, expect a new video, reef related. And then, of course, we have the live streams every Friday. And if I have time during the week, I will create an additional video and upload it. But with the amount of shipping that I have going on, it's virtually impossible. Plus my schedule in general, it's impossible for me to do really more than that. But I'll do my best, and hopefully you guys will stick around for that. Anyways, other announcements, the $20. Yeah, you guys wish it was $20. The 20 corals for $300 is still available. I cut a whole bunch of stuff. I have a lot of coral left, and I would say maybe half the coral left, and revamping a lot of things. So if you want to take advantage of that, use that, and then you can use the promo code welcome back for 5% off at checkout. In other news, I ordered a second large Ender 5 Plus printer. I am then now upgrading. I finally got the stuff from TH3D to finish the original big Ender 5 that's been broken for months now. I'm so behind on stuff on that. So I'll have 2 of those printers up hopefully by the end of next week. I'm definitely going to have the first one up by Sunday, given that everything gets delivered tomorrow. On top of that, all the other printers are doing pretty well, and 3D printing orders are still 1 to 3 weeks processing, guys. I can't process faster than that. So 1 to 3 weeks on 3D printing orders, and coral orders are going out pretty quickly. The coral giveaway for this month, remember, guys, at the bottom of the screen, I'm giving away a 15 pack. So essentially the $300 pack for anybody who puts in a purchase this month. You will have an opportunity to win. And say that you purchased one of the 20 packs, right? And you win the free 15 pack. Let me know what you have, because I don't keep track of all the stuff I send out. And I'll try not to send the same stuff so you can get a ton of different corals from the tank. So anyway, other than that, the last thing I want to say is I just went to Reading today and picked up a 75-gallon reef tank, stand, sump, skimmer, everything included, even the lighting, even some sand, actually. I'm going to be building a mini Predator tank for the garage for the guys at the club. I will do a video on that. Right now, I'm currently curing the rock, which is Reef Saver dry rock. I am curing about half of it in my Geo sump right now. So give that another month, or give it about a month. I just put it in last week. And then I'll show you guys that whole build process. Plan on doing a small snowflake eel and a lionfish and maybe something else. But again, it's 75 gallons, so I'm not going to go crazy. And then we'll just eat the lionfish when he gets too big for the tank, because we know we all love eating them. Just kidding. Or am I? Anyways, that's it for announcements, guys. We can go ahead and start with questions. And how long are the announcements taking? Like 5 minutes now, because we were counting down. So 3 minutes. Anyways, all right, so let's go and scroll up. What's up, guys? Gary, that music is killing me. I'm trying to make it so YouTube likes me again. I feel like a cigarette after listening to that. I'm sorry. I'll try to mix it up. Try to give you something different. What's up, man? Salty Reef. What's up, guys? Carlos, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while, man. Maybe 2. Pretty sure. Yeah. He ain't that late, man. 3 minutes late. What's up? Is it true? Is it true if you don't use it, you lose it? Well, it depends on what you're talking about. Like long division for me. long written out math problems, and I had this discussion with Andrea on the phone the other day. I can't do long division anymore. I forgot how to do it. I feel like an idiot. I mean, I can open up the app on my phone, but I sat here last night and before I looked it up because I had to figure out how to do it again. It was driving me nuts. So I sat here last night and I tried to write it out like I did in high school. Nope. I'm all right with admitting that I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, oh man. So I went and Googled it and learned how to do long division again. Yeah, story of my life. So yeah, you will lose it if you don't use it. I took Spanish for 2 years. I know how to say hola or hola. Well, however, Carlos, you can correct me if I'm wrong on that. And yes, I did assume that you speak Spanish. All right, not going off on that one. Oh God, I want to get demonetized. Okay, would you ever run metal halides? Halides. I don't know how to pronounce that right. Halides. Would I run them? No, because I don't have to. I mean, if it was before LED times, then yeah, I would run them on an SPS Reef and probably supplement it with T5, like a lot of people did back then. But since we have LEDs that put out just as much light, if not more, probably more, with half the heat depending on the LED and the what type of fans they got and everything, with significantly less current draw and all that kind of stuff, then I mean, I would have no reason to run them. There's no need. But yeah, I mean, people did back then. Back before my time, my whole 5 years in this hobby, 6 years, whatever, because I haven't been here for 25 years, so I don't know shit apparently. Okay. Anyways, running calc with Kailh Reactor. Yes, I'm going to be running BRS Kalkwasser with the Vast Marine K2 calc stirrer, and I'm going to be using the Neptune dose to pump water from the ATO through that reactor. And that video will be out Sunday. So I'm going to finish it up tonight and get a couple days worth of testing and then do the video, finalize it on Sunday so you guys can see it. And this is all in an attempt to increase the alkalinity because I'm at like 7.5. The calcium reactor speed is maxed out pump wise, and the pH is as low as I feel comfortable going. And I just need to bring up the alkalinity and also bring up the pH. So long division. Yeah, right. So yeah, it's going to be good. And a lot of controllability with the dose. So no worries of me, draining out 30 gallons of my ATO and dumping Kalkwasser into it. And you guys will see all that in the video. So looking forward to seeing the setup. Cool, Gary. Appreciate you being here, man. My 20 pack is doing great. Lost none in shipping. Lost one to RTN 1 week later, but no other losses. Amazing. Awesome. Hopefully you guys like those packs. When it comes to them, it's pretty much, I cut stuff from the reef tank every single week. And then you guys will see when I do an update down here, I am starting to grow out colonies again on the 3-inch disc. I started that up again because I converted that entire 115-gallon tub to the Fish of Hex Connect frag rack system. So that whole tub is just frags. Well, it will be eventually. And then I'm using the low boys to grow out just on the 3-inch disc. I started 3D printing some discs. They're pretty good. But I still use the ceramic ones that I have on the website too. So either way, I cut from the reef tank and those discs every single week, whatever's appropriate. And then I'm always healing something. So those packs consist of whatever's healed. I do send some duplicates, a lot of the easier stuff. Some people get 2 green digis, some people get 2 fire digis, a couple, worldwide corals, yellow tips, stuff that I have a lot of. I like to send 2 of, not only because it gives you 2 of a better coral, but it also allows me to make a little bit more room in the tank. So yeah, they're pretty successful. I sold a ton of them so far. And you guys have the amount of support that's for this channel, even with the algorithm beating me down and cutting my views back. I mean, the amount of support is just ridiculous. So I'm very thankful. So what do you think of the CR10S? I don't know. I'm going to Google whatever the CR10S. It better not be a sex toy. That's all I got to say. What is it? Okay. 3D printer. Whew. Let me look it up real. So the CR10S, well, it looks like an Ender 3, a glorified Ender 3, same frame essentially. It's got the blue on it. Let me just put it over here. Business Prime. Is there any personal information you guys can see here? No. Okay, cool. So the CR10S. So it is the essentially the Ender 3. Is the bed is the same. It's got a little bit taller access there, so you can print bigger, like taller things. The price point on it is $449. Dual axis, okay. Okay, it's got dual Z motors. Okay, I'm just trying to see if there's anything beneficial about it. I mean, it seems pretty basic. They just have a bigger frame. I wonder what firmware they're running on it. I would still upgrade the PCB board and do TH3D's firmware and hot end and auto bed leveling and all that good stuff. So I'd still throw like a Raspberry Pi or something on it too. So, but either way, it looks pretty decent for the price. Yeah, I mean, for that extra height, I don't know. It seems a little excessive for the extra height. But I mean, for me, it wouldn't do any good. But maybe for you. So, I mean, yeah, it's stock. So you can only do so much with stock. Yeah. LOL, eat the lionfish. Yeah, why not? People eat lionfish all the time. I think off of coast of Florida, they're like hunting them crazy to eat them, because they eat everything else. I mean, whatever fits in the mouth of a lionfish, they eat it, right? I'm pretty sure. They're wiping out the coast and all that kind of stuff. So people are going to town making deep fried fillets of lionfish. I mean, shit, probably pretty good. How are the new frag rack builds going? Well, the new frag racks, the Fish of Hex Connect frag rack, I think if that's what you mean, those things, I wish I could give you guys numbers, but the amount of the Connect frag rack system that I've sold, if you haven't got a shipping confirmation yet and you ordered the very first week, that gives you an idea of how many of those came in. Again, the amount of support that you guys send my way is just, it's unbelievable. So, yeah, so if that's the new frag rack system build, or you're talking about, they are doing really, really well. And unfortunately, I only have 16 printers, and that's not enough. So, and I can't have any more, so it's gonna have to be enough. Hence the reason why we have 1 to 3 week turnaround time on 3D printed orders. Lionfish is good eating. That's what I hear. I'm going to try it someday. When I go to Florida, maybe I'll go. I'm not going to this Reefapalooza, but maybe I'll go to Florida someday. I do plan on going to some shows. If the California show opens up and I can go there and I don't have to wear my damn Wu Flu mask, I will definitely go. But I'm not walking around with a mask all day. I'm just not doing it. It's uncomfortable. I don't like it. So, and you can say what you want about that, but ixnay on the mask, not going to happen. So if they allow us to go, then I'll go to California this year. If not, I was going to go to Florida, but they're, it's not working out. So is there a chance you could label the corals you send out? Could be very helpful. I can. The problem is, let me explain this. I would love to label every bag that goes out, but so on Mondays is my big shipping day. So last Monday I shipped out 300 frags and I only had 4 hours to do it. Okay. And if I'm by myself, labeling every bag is virtually impossible. I just won't have enough time. I got a very short amount of time to get these done and out, and 300 frags per day going out, and you have to bag each one individually and then label it. It can be difficult, but I will say, if you order and you want your bags labeled, because not everybody does, if you do, just put it in the comment section, or not the comment section, the note section at checkout, or you can email me afterward with the order number or the confirmation and be like, yo, bro, put the names of the bags because I need them there. So you can put it in the note section or email me after, and I will do it then. But there's really no other way around it, given the amount of time that I have. So, when I get some more staff, it'd be a lot easier, but we'll figure it out. I hear they're tasty. So haven't I. I guess we'll find out. Long division. Yeah. Long division. You need a podcast, Travis. Yeah, I don't know. I do have a slight podcast on the channel where I just talk about stuff. Maybe that will be my non-reef related. If you guys are okay with it, I will do an additional video earlier in the week, like maybe a Monday night or a Tuesday night, depending on what's going on with all that stuff. So we'll have the reef related video on every Sunday. We'll have the live stream every Friday. And if you guys want a podcast, random topic about whatever, and if you just want to listen, I can do something like that earlier in the week, because that's pretty easy. I'll just come up here and talk smack for a while, or have a topic and go off, and then upload that. So let me know if you guys are interested, because I know when I follow people on YouTube, I do care what they put up, but sometimes I just like listening to them. So if you feel that way, then let me know. If not, then we'll just do it anyways. No more long division. Just use the calculator. I know, but I wanted to see if I could, and I couldn't. I really couldn't. I forgot even how to put the line. You know, when you put the line, like the little 90-degree line or whatever, I forgot how to do that right. I was like, oh no. Wasn't good. It was not good. That's okay. Don't ask a kid in school. They will give you 3 answers to the same equation. Oh man. But that's cool. When my kids go to school, I'll be able to learn it all over again. So that works. At least so that's what I'm told. Are you going to Reefapalooza in New York? I will be there. Well, like I said before, I will go if I don't have to walk around with a mask the whole time. Just not a fan. I don't know. I don't wear one anywhere I go around here. I guess I'm that guy at the store everybody gives looks at. Whatever. It is what it is. I just don't like it. I just don't. So I don't want to go. I'm not going off on it because I'm trying to stay in good terms here on YouTube. So I'm not going to go off on it. But either way, yes, I will go to Reefapalooza New York if I can be free butterfly and flap my flabby wings without getting all caught up in that. You won't lose it. Better luck, man. Yo, question 1. Should I finish cycling tank before starting the refugium or wait? Question 2. Do I need to cure the dry rock I just bought from BRS? Thank you. Okay. Question 1. Should I finish cycling the tank before starting the refugium? Yes, I would. That way you have sufficient nitrates and phosphates in the water column, so your macroalgae has something to feed on. So yes, I would wait. Do you have to? No, a lot of macroalgae is pretty hardy stuff. As long as you're not blasting it with a ton of par, it will probably survive while you're going through it. But for the sake of getting it and wasting money, just wait until you have nitrates and phosphates, and you'll be good to go. Question 2: do I need to cure the rock I just got from BRS? Yes, you need to cure your rock, unless you are getting established rock from the ocean or you're getting it from another established tank. You don't have to cure that rock. But I would say if you are taking rock from an established tank and you're mixing it with a bunch of new dry rock, I would still keep the lights off for at least a couple weeks so that beneficial bacteria will have an opportunity to build a slime protective coat on the rock, preventing algae from taking hold down the road. So yes, but if you just have pure dry rock and nothing else, yeah, you should cure that stuff, preferably in a brute trash can with no light to it, and you can, go from there doing water changes if you need to, but dry rock is pretty clean, so you might not have to do that. But if you want, you can throw it in the tank. Make sure you keep the lights off, keep direct sunlight off of it. And, you can either add some turbo start, you can add a piece of shrimp, you can do it old school that way. You can add a little bit of fish food, you can add ammonia, whatever you want to do to jumpstart the cycling process. Don't add a fish. Don't add anything else to the tank to establish it, living wise. At least I wouldn't. And, go from there. Now, I guess there's been videos and debate about people adding coral as soon as you start up a tank. Yeah, you can add it if you're adding live rock from the ocean and it's already established and it's already cycled. So the tank is already cycled, but I would not be adding corals, specifically SPS and some LPS to a tank that you just started up with pure dry rock. I think that's idiotic, but to each his own, and everybody has an asshole and everybody has an opinion. So they're all the same. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. We'll see how many but hurt people and counting. Okay. What do you think is better to run calc through, peristaltic pump or regular dosing pump? I don't know. I'm using the BRS. I'm using the dose. I don't know. I think, I've used the Aqualifter. Was it the Aqualifter? No, it wasn't. No, I used the Jabo dosing pump way back on the 125 when I tried calc. It wasn't I didn't have any issue with it. But then again, the dosing pump in general kind of didn't work out long term. But either way, and then I'm using the dose this time. But the thing is I'm not dosing the calc through there. I'm just pulling the water through there. So I'm pulling water from the ATO reservoir through the dose into the calc stir, and then back into the tank. So that's for the calcster. But if you're just pulling calc from like through your ATO, so say you're dosing calc powder to your ATO reservoir, then I know that the pumps that we use for ATO pumps, they tend to get damaged pretty quickly from the calc. They just do. So, I mean, if I had a choice and I had to, I guess, pick one, I wouldn't do it through the ATO. And I mentioned a couple of reasons why that in the video, but I try to keep calc away from regular like ATO pumps, stuff like that, because it destroys it pretty quickly. So hopefully that makes sense. For me, in my situation, the calc never touches the pump. It's just the fresh water that's going through the pump. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah. So either way, I try to keep calc away from any moving parts if possible. Try to sum that up without sounding completely out of it. But yeah. I can't do long division either. Not alone. Yeah. Working on possible bounce and jawbreaker shrooms in the future. Yeah, that will be in the way future when I have the new setup. Right now, I'm not getting in any more stock because I don't know what's going to happen with the way, like I mentioned before, building a house right now is not a good idea. Lumber went from like $2.30 to $7. So building a house would be pretty stupid right now, unless I could figure out how to really get the price down. So I don't know what I'm going to do right now. If I was to, I'll find out in June, but if we start building, I have until the end of the year, until roughly April of next year, to completely wipe out all but about 2% of my coral stock before moving, because there's no chance I'm going to be able to bring all this coral without killing it off. So, or having a place for it. So the last thing I want to do is bring in any more coral, because I don't want to take a chance of, just adding to the problem if I have to move. But if I find out, say in June, July, August, that I'm not going to be building, that I'm going to be staying an additional year here, then I will bring in some new stuff and grow it out on plates like I am right now. So yeah, we'll see. I'll let you guys know. Yeah, I got 3 coral duplicates. What was it? I had a ton of green digi go out. So, I mean, I might have gave you 3 of that. I do apologize, but hey, you know what you could do? You could always sell one and make some money back. $20 a pop. I know people buying it. Well, not for me. They don't spend that much. I think I'm selling it for like 10 or $15 right now, something like that. But those local dudes, man, they do it. So do years in the hobby count if you still can't grow coral? This is one of those baiting questions. It does count. It does count towards this invisible resume that nobody cares about. Honestly, guys, at the end of the day, in this hobby, nobody cares how long you've been in it. They really don't. Nobody cares. And if that's the only thing you can flex, then go ahead and flex it. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. People care about what's sitting on your desk or sitting behind you or what's in your videos, especially if you're a YouTube creator or you're posting on forums and shit. Nobody cares. So if you've been here for 2 years and you're growing full out Acropora tanks, that's me clapping, by the way, and not my cheeks. Those are my hands. So kudos to you. But and if you've been here for 25 years and you're growing a freaking, a 5-gallon tank on your desk, nobody cares. You're not proving anything. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Okay. And you know who I'm talking to. Nobody fucking cares. Okay. You know who you are. Moving on. Thanks for the bait question, by the way, Salty Brief. I need to let that out. Anyways, and of course, duplicates didn't STN. Yeah. Well, here's the deal. When you order more, just let me know what the duplicates are, and then I won't send any of those. Okay. Yeah. My bad on that one. It's still 20 corals though, right? I mean, 20 corals for $300. There ain't nobody doing that. Nobody. Name one other company selling. And you got to think, when I ship to California, it's like $60 to ship. So I'm sending out 20 SPS frags for $240 on my end. And that's not even counting the box, the heat packs, none of that. So yeah, it's a pretty good deal. You ain't getting that nowhere else. Counts to some people. Yeah, it sure does. Anyways. Cool. Love 3D printing. Thinking of getting my own to try some own designs, not reflated, but I don't know. Hey, it's worth a shot. It's just another hobby. My 3D printing, it's a hobby. It really is. Just like this hobby here turned into a business, my 3D printing was a very, very under the radar one printer hobby for a couple months, and then that thing blew up to being half of my income. So I'm not mad though. The only thing I'm mad about is I wish I had more time. I have all these custom orders, and I mean, I have custom orders from January, and I'm not bragging. I feel really bad about that, but I still have a stack of custom orders from January that I'm still trying to finish. I can only do so many a week. Right now, I'm doing 3 a week. Because it takes time with, depending on how complex they are. I had one that took me almost 2 weeks because it was so complex. That guy got his money's worth. It was like $20 for this custom item, and it literally took me days to create, even through Fusion 360. So that dude made out really well, and you know who you are. But he appreciated it though. He gave me a tip. So, anyways, and not the tip, but a tip. So yeah, it's great. 3D printing is pretty good stuff. Is the video still pre-Bertha destruction? This video, yeah. This video is actually from January of 2020. Yeah. 2020 this video is. Then I went through and took out 20 colonies to make room for the big old slob, and then she destroyed the tank from there because there still wasn't enough room. So, yep, this live stream is from January of 2020. And I actually had at least 3 more months worth of growth, almost 4 months worth of growth. I have to remember when that other video was, when I took out the colonies. So it grew even bigger before I took it out. But yeah, the tank is sad at the moment, but it's okay. I mean, lessons learned. How about that sweet photo booth you made? Would love one. Well, it's not on the website, but if you contact me, I can do a custom order for you on that one if you want one. You're going to need the acrylic rod though, and the other attachments, but I can get the booth for you if you want. Let me go down through here. Best coral for vertical rock face placement. I would put Monty caps towards the bottom. That way they can, go out and then up. And then I would do staghorns at the very top, do more of like a bushy millipora throughout the middle, and some digis throughout the middle, because digis aren't as compact when they grow. They don't grow in clusters like a bird's nest would, or like a stylophora. With the digis, like a red and a green digi, they will branch and still let light through to get down to the montipora. So that's what I would do. Save the bushier stuff if you can towards the upper top and kind of to the sides so you don't block some of those corals. But again, the plating corals will go out and then use that light from there. And then save the stags for the top and all that stuff that really let the light through. That's what I would do. Getting here late. Everyone wish Travis happy belated birthday. He loves all the mushy stuff. Yeah, my birthday was on the 14th. Yeah, it was okay. I worked. And yeah. I shouldn't have worked. I really should have went out and did something. I regret not doing that for sure. Yeah, that was a mistake. I regret that for sure. But it's okay. Next year. Yes, that would be an amazing additional video. What time is this? What time did this come through? 8:17. So I'm 15 minutes behind. Okay, yeah. The podcast stuff. You guys like that? I'll make it happen. What about printing labels, kind of like Tidal Gardens, just pre-printed labels for corals to sell? Expect the process. Just thought, like if I took one of these sheets that I use for like when you put on postal, like when you're sending letters out, the top left corner where it has like your name and your address and all that stuff, like using one of those and just putting generic names and then pulling them off and sticking them on the bag. You know something? Salty, that's a good idea. And you know something, for that idea right there, I want you to email me. And when you put in another order, I'm pretty sure you put one in before, I'm going to send you like 5 to 10 additional frags for that idea. Okay. And that's a really good one. I'm going to write that shit down because I'm going to forget, and you need to email me and let me know. And all you motherfuckers better not say you're Salty Reef. So yeah, use the label from you guys hear me chicken scratching here, from my postal, and then do like generic stuff and do that. That's a good idea. Yep. That's a good idea. The only issue is maybe I need waterproof labels because sometimes the bags, they don't leak, but sometimes there's water residue on there. We'll see if it smudges. But yeah, that's 2 label bags. I'm going to try that out. I'm going to try that out Monday. Yep. I just got to find my labels now. But yeah, I really appreciate that idea. I really do. That's pretty good. I didn't know anybody was doing that. I mean, I've never ordered coral online before, so I don't know. So that's a good idea. I really do appreciate it. Okay. Your dosing videos and videos get complete credit for the success I've had in the 300-gallon SPS dominant bare bottom tank. I've been extremely successful. Have any of your dosing strategies changed? Nope. They're still the same. Yep. When it comes to 2-part, it's still the same for me. Equal parts every time. Calcium reactor, it's pretty generic. As for supplements and additional elements, I have adjusted the amounts, but other than that, nothing else has changed. And I appreciate you letting me know that you had success with it. It's good to hear that stuff. I like to know that people are using the advice and doing well. It definitely justifies all the time that it takes to make content. So thanks for letting me know. Some people, this guy here, Dustin said, I'm not gonna be able to pull it up because I'll lose my spices. Some vendors put a piece of tape over the label to keep it from smearing. That's a good idea. That's also a good idea. Man, you guys are freaking doing great tonight. Geniuses. And Andrea said that I'm going to be a motivational speaker someday because of the advice I gave her this afternoon. It wasn't good advice by all means, but I'm going to try. But yeah, I'll try the tape thing too. I drive truck 70 hours a week, so it would be cool to listen to. Reef or not, haha. Okay, cool. Yeah, I will do my best to do the additional video, be podcast style, so it might not be reef related, but maybe I'll talk shit, about how I get my ass kicked in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu every week. Not every week, man. I don't lose all the time. But no, I'm doing really good. I finally got back into it, and I am loving it. And I can't wait to do more. No, it's just progression. You got to progress before you can really do a lot more. And I love it. I do a double session on Mondays because I don't have time to do it an additional day. So I do both my sessions, which are 2 required per week. I do them both on Mondays, one in the morning at 8 and one at 5:30 in the afternoon after packing all day. So Mondays are legit busy. And I've lost a ton of weight. Yeah, so jiu-jitsu is really just, I love it, man. Really, it's just great. I don't like wearing protection either. Yeah, the mask. Yep, yes, Danny, good idea. Late happy birthday wishes to the one and only. Yeah, thanks. Oh, am I 34? Yeah, I'm 34. Damn. And to think, standing on top of a Humvee at 21 years old, watching the bullets flying down through the water coming up. And I was like, nope, I'm not going to be around in my 30s. Here I am, alive and actually, believe it or not, given everything that's happened over the last, 7 or 8 months, it's been pretty crazy. I'm probably the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. And we get into more detail on that later down the road. We'll talk about it maybe in a podcast. But either way, a lot has happened since those days. I have a 40 times turnover with power heads in my 150-gallon mixed reef, not including the 2 return nozzles. Is this turnover acceptable? SPS acro placed carefully at the top. 40 times. Yeah, that's plenty. You're good. Yeah. And the way to tell is look at the polyp extension. If you have good polyp extension on your millis and your SPS in general, then you're fine. If they're sucked in and they're pissed off, then yeah, you might want to turn the flow down or change the direction of the flow so they're not getting blasted. One thing I like to do is I never point a power head directly at any rock structure. I always either have it bouncing off the front glass, bouncing off the bottom, going towards the top, or bouncing off the back wall. Never go towards a rock colony. And that way it hits there and then it ricochets off, causes a swirling effect, and it's all good. So, yep. Moving down. Happy belated. Thanks, man. 3,600 gallons per hour, enough turnover for a 270 gallon. Yeah, I think that's more than enough. Well, of course, you got to count. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be 3,600 after all the plumbing. I mean, you can check your, you can do a flow meter or something, but I don't think it's going to be that much. I mean, maybe you already calculated it, but yeah, I think you're okay. But I would, if that's just through the sump, then yeah, you'd be fine. But I would, of course, power heads and all that stuff on the inside. How long have you been dosing calc to 300? Didn't know you were. Is there a video on that? I haven't even started. I did originally way back. I did a DIY calc reactor, which was pretty cool. The video did well. I think I did well. I donated that to Scott, and I just didn't need it at the time, and now I need it. And I just, Vast Marine hooked me up with the K2. I appreciate that. I have a couple other things from them as well. The DIY skimmer swabby and their 5-gallon collection bin with the float sensor, or the sensor for the turn off the skimmer if it gets full, and the alarm. So either way, I haven't started. I'm actually going to start tonight. Right now, as we speak, the calc is actually settling in the reactor. I recorded the videos pretty quick, and then I'm going to set up the dosing tonight as long as it's completely settled. And then I'm going to dose until Sunday-ish afternoon. And then I will kind of summarize what I've learned over the last couple days with it and adjustments that I've made. And then I will continue to make adjustments, dial it in to where I want it to be, and then do an update video. So stay tuned for that. It'll be out the next Sunday will be the first video. And then within the week, by next Sunday, you should have another video on it. Okay. I'm gonna grab a drink real quick. Thanks, Travis. I'll be using it through the calc reactor. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you're using water through the calc reactor or then just go ahead and push the water through. Don't have the calc go through the tube, and you should be fine. Man, I am stuffy. I could feel my sinuses. They're like, not today, buddy. I walked outside. I got this new toy for Axel where it's the ball that goes in this long plastic stick thing and allows you to throw it much farther. Anyway, it's like $6 on Amazon. So it was like nothing. Anyway, I went out there today and we were walking out in the field and this breeze came and I got completely slammed with a giant cloud of flour. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. I'm not gonna be able to breathe in the next couple hours. And here we are. Can't breathe. So yeah, anyways. Wood is so expensive right now. I'd be curious to see if ICF based design would end up being more economical. I'm not sure what that is, but I will look into it. I will see. I actually, one of the many benefits of, the military stuff is that Veterans United is the company I'm going to be going through, and they do everything. And truly blessed to have that. And then, it goes to the VA back loan, all that kind of stuff. Truly blessed to have that opportunity. So we'll see what they say. I'm going to go off of what they say is best. And, if the price is ridiculous, then I'll just wait. It's not going to be like that forever. And, at the end of the day, if it's meant to be, it will be, right? So I'm going to plan for June, see what's going on. Axel snoring in the background. Yeah, wish I had the camera on. He's got his legs open, just fucking showing it all, snoring. But anyway, so if it's meant to be, it will be. And that's how I look at pretty much everything. We all have goals and plans and things that we want to do in life. And you could try as hard as you want to get them, but if it's not meant to be in your life, it's not going to happen. So at least I'm not at that time. So we'll wait. 18 particle board went from $18 to $45. Yeah, that's just unbelievable. So what I heard about that real quick is when it came to the lumber, when COVID stuff started, and this is just hearsay or from what I heard, they shut down the production because they didn't think they were going to need it because of everything shutting down. They didn't think they needed it, but everybody decided to buy houses because they had nothing else to do apparently and build houses. So then the demand went through the roof and now they're trying to catch up, and that's why the prices are high. But this is what I was told at Home Depot from the guy helping me bring carts out. So when I was unloading it for the truck. So, was he right? I don't know. 20 frags for $300. Do it. Yeah, do it. If you so choose. Forget people going after each other on Black Friday for TVs. Lumber is the new attack. Grandma. You're right. So what 3D printer I go with? So right now I have a 16 Ender 3 Pros. but they're not Ender 3 Pros. The only thing Ender 3 about it and pro-ish about it is that I have the frame. Everything else in the LCD screen. Everything else is replaced. And I've talked about that briefly, but they're about $1,000 a piece when they're done. So each printer is about $1,000, completely fully automated, Raspberry Pi, auto bed leveling, everything you can imagine, every bell and whistle, pretty much. And they run flawlessly, except for when they don't. And I have to fix them, which is not very often. Springs get weak over time, and just got minor adjustments with the easy ABL and stuff. But other than that, that's what I use. And then I have one, but we'll have two Ender 5 Pluses that are built the exact same way as my Ender 3s, and fully automated Raspberry Pis. So pretty good. And those guys are, the Ender 5 Plus starts off at what, $600? So they're about $1,300 each when they're done. And again, they pay for themselves pretty quickly. So I'm not worried about it. Favorite Tang. My favorite Tang is the Sailfin Tang. Always had a soft spot for Zeze, which was the original Sailfin in the 125. And I've always had a soft spot. So Sailfin Tang is my favorite. Close second. Oh man. I don't know. I really love the Yellow Eye Coal Tang, and I love the Purple Tang. I mean, I don't know. I'm just a Tang guy. I just like them all. They all have their own personalities, and they're all just unique. I like them. The Flame Fin's growing on me too. He just is. Happy belated birthday. You should have gone out. Balance, my friend. Work is hard, play hard. Yeah. I was having a. So the thing for me, and we could talk about this in the podcast. So for the thing for me, birthdays and holidays for me are rough. Mainly because, Axel just farted. Really? Whew. God, he smells. I shouldn't have given him junk food, but that's my own fault. He's over here busting ass. Anyways, holidays for me are pretty rough. Just, I guess, I wouldn't say emotionally, just in general. And again, we can talk about it during the podcast. But so I tend to be pretty down during those days, just as growing up as a kid, it was, dad wasn't there. Mom was having issues, and just things have happened through holidays and birthdays. So when they come around, sometimes I have good years, sometimes I have bad years. And this year was a mixed year. It was good somewhat, and then it just wasn't good. So, I just wasn't in the mood to go out. I just wasn't in the mood to go out that day. But it's okay. There's always other times. All right. I'm getting a 72 by 30 wide, 26 tall, 210 to 250 gallon Peninsula display tank, and I'm adding an external overflow. What drain method in the overflow would you prefer? A silent high flow method. So the Herbie is what I've used forever. Now, what I like to use is I use the ball valves at the bottom to adjust the flow in the box behind the tank, or within the tank. You said it's outside. And what that does is it cuts down on the gurgling, but also allows a lot of flow, like a siphon type effect, through down to the sump. So that's what I use on the 300, and works out pretty good. Yeah, some pieces. Okay, we already mentioned that. Yes, exactly. What I meant, just having printable generic labels to put in bags you send out might help your customers take better care of what they get. Just my thoughts. That's true. Yep. I'm gonna definitely put that in the works. And yeah, put some tape over if I have to. Appreciate the advice on that, guys. Look into a label printer, brother. It's a thermal printer, no ink. Yeah, I use a thermal printer for the UPS labels, and thank God I do. I don't know what I would do without a thermal label printer. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't. Before, we used to take it and print it up here and then fold it and tape it on the box. If you ordered Coral from me like a year and a half ago, that's what I was doing. The amount of things that have changed because of the volume of orders. I mean, you got to think we went from, last year, maybe, I don't know, 50 orders a month, maybe 100 orders a month on a good one. Now we're like 250, 300 orders, depending on what they are. I know last year during the pandemic and all that stuff, I mean, I was getting like 400 orders a month. I mean, you guys are just bored as shit spending money, which I'm not mad about. So I had to upgrade to the thermal printer. It just made life, it's just amazing. And I can buy that stuff in bulk too, which is really nice. So if I can find something like that, maybe for the smaller labels, I'll consider it. But the labels I have here are sticky, and I just throw them into this laser printer, and I'm pretty sure those will work out pretty good. And I'm pretty sure I got a whole bunch of that because I don't ship stuff out anymore with them. Rock on, brother. I heard your dog eat your camel shrimp. Is she? Oh, you guys are talking to him. Okay. I was like, camel shrimp. I didn't get one of those. What motivational channels do you listen to? Man, my freaking voice is going to shit. It's been 47 minutes. Man, my voice is dying. I'm gonna have to cut this short. Motivational channels for me. So for me, there's different stuff. So I listen to like different sermons and different motivational stuff from like Joe Rogan and other people like that, and like Scooby and just other people who are just kind of got their shit together, or at least seem like they do. So my philosophy is I turn on my phone, I'll go into YouTube, and the very first video that pops up, I'll listen to, and then I kind of just construct my day like that and see where it goes down. And kind of just get guided down this direction of what I should be listening to. So some days I'll listen to sermons. Some days I'll listen to, Joe Rogan podcast stuff. Sometimes I'll listen to Scooby for hours on end. And I just have these in my earbuds while I'm, my Bluetooth earbuds while I'm working. So yeah, I guess the point is you are who you listen to and what you incorporate into your life on a daily basis. So I try to listen to people who have been successful. Try to listen to things that will benefit my life and move me in a positive direction. Because if you're listening to negative stuff like the news and all sorts of crap that's going on, you're probably not going to have a good day. And, I need all the motivation and help that I can get because I'm down here soloing this. And trust me, if for those of you who think that I sit here and just play YouTube all day, you're out of your freaking mind. The amount of you don't realize how much you work until you do it by yourself. And then with the success, I want to still keep up and get orders out on a decent amount of time. So literally sun up to way past sundown, 1-2 o'clock in the morning, and then I start that stuff over. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Moving down, I'm gonna try to move through these pretty quick and try to do 10 minutes because my voice is pretty much gone. Okay, as soon as I get the 40 shallow reef I got from you running, I will place another order. Sweet. Just let me know. And let me know what you got. Okay. I have a question for you, if that's okay. Anytime my nutrients raise to 5 ppm of nitrates and 0.03 ppm of phosphates, I get cyano bloom. If I lower them, I slightly get dino blooms. What can I do? Okay, so the cyano, so you already have, so if you see cyano, your nitrates or your phosphates are already higher than what they are. Okay. And then you're getting dino when you bring them down. My question for you is do you have any other algae in the tank anywhere else? I'm going to assume that you do, just because cyano doesn't just come up at that low of phosphates. It has to be pretty consistent in the system. It is a bacteria, but it thrives off of phosphates. So you'd have to have a decent level already to establish. Like I don't get cyanobacteria until I get around like 2 ppm. So, I mean, I usually don't get it until I get up there pretty high. And it takes a little bit for that. And usually when I get it's in spots that don't have a lot of flow, pretty standard. But if you have 5 ppm of nitrates, that's pretty decent, right? But your phosphates are already low at 0.03. You should be at 0.05 to 0.15, ideally. So you're already low on phosphates. So I don't see why you'd be getting cyano unless you have higher phosphates than what you're showing on there. So if you see cyano, I would guarantee that your phosphates are higher than what you are reading on the test kit, period. Maybe there's cyano in the tank that you're not seeing. Maybe there's algae in the tank. I mean, I need a little bit more information. But for you to get dino, as soon as you lower them, I mean, either cyano is using up a ton of the phosphates, which causes it to bottom out, which then causes the dino to bloom, which is possible. You can have dino and have other algae in the tank because those other algae are using up the available nutrients, causing it to be zero. What I would do is figure out what your true phosphate is. So go ahead and remove all the cyano that you can. Keep testing consistently every day to kind of see where it averages out over the next couple of weeks. And as long as you don't see any cyano, it's probably safe to say, and you don't have any other algae, it's probably safe to say that that's where your general levels are. And then try not to bottom them out. That's pretty much all the advice I can give you on that. You can use ChemiClean. I've seen a lot of people use it with success. I used to be against it, but I've seen people use it with success in front of my very own eyes. And, it works. So, and I'm okay with admitting that I was wrong about it. I didn't like it because I'm not a chemical guy. I don't like putting chemicals in my tank, but ChemiClean does work. So consider using that to get rid of the cyano next time. Maybe that will help balance out the nutrients a little bit, or at least give you an accurate reading so you can make good decisions on feeding and all that kind of stuff. So long answer, I would say, rewind the last 2 minutes and listen to it again. All right. I don't know what the heck you guys are talking about. The dog is gone after the last 3 times. Put it down. I don't know. Maybe that's a joke. Let me see that he said he put in a new answer. Awesome, Travis. Thanks, Travis. What that is super helpful. I have used ChemiClean before, but I am not a chemical guy either, and try saving that as a last resort. Yeah, so I mean, if it comes up, try ChemiClean again, and then just be consistent with your testing to try to see if you have any other, if you can get a baseline. But if you have cyano and you get dino, that means the cyano is pulling out all the phosphates, which is causing zero phosphates and allowing dino to creep its head. So it is possible, though. If you're driving a truck 70 hours a week, I know a reefing YouTuber that streams about 50 hours a week and it's entertaining. Yeah. Ugh. And then we go back to the what you listen to is what you become. So keep that in mind. If you want to listen to that person for 50 hours a week, you might just become can I say the R word on? No, I can't say that on here. You might just be dumber at the end of the week. So be careful what you listen to. Anyways, ICF stands for insulated concrete form. Cool. Thanks for letting me know. I'll ask about that in June. What about the Amish wood? Much cheaper here in WNY. Is that like West New York or something? Yeah, I mean, it's possible. Lancaster. Yeah, I mean, if Veterans United, wants to work with the Amish, then sure. I mean, I'm not going to complain. I mean, Amish do some pretty good work. So, I mean, the food's not that bad either. No. Let me see what we got here. Okay. I'm going to answer a couple more and I'm going to head out, guys. First of all, I appreciate everybody being here for the live stream. I know that notifications don't go out anymore for me. Trust me. I don't even get my own notifications. So I appreciate you guys being here. You can always start the stream over. And if you want to give the video a thumbs up and do it up. One thing that I'm going to say more, and I'm trying new things to get around this algorithm crap. If you like a video, give it a thumbs up and comment anything. Say anything. You can say hi or F you or whatever in the comment section. Just comment anything. And that helps with the algorithm and the placement. So maybe I'll get recommended again, and we can try to get out of this hole of YouTube right now. So yeah, thumbs up and comment anything. I don't care what it is. Yeah, there we go. Oh, you got a notification, Meat Man? Cool. Speaking of Meat Man, I gotta come out and see you when I do my next fish food. I will do that, and I will. I'll hopefully mention it, and I'll come say hi. Ooh. Okay. Speaking of Meat Man, looks like a friendly guy too. He's probably got a knife in his hand. What's happening? Just got the Oregon Tort. How hard is it? First acro. Well, torts are not what I would consider a first acro material, but I mean, if it was tank raised and it didn't, it hasn't been in the ocean in a while, it might be a little bit easier. Torts are smooth skin. Okay. And they're not really what I would consider easy. I know there's deep water torts and stuff like that, a little bit harder, but anyway, well, hopefully you found out what par it came out of. And if you don't, try to keep it low at first, so you can adjust it to the lighting, make sure your alkalinity is stable. I mean, it's pretty basic stuff when it comes to really all SPS. Try to stay consistent with your temperatures and your alkalinity. Most importantly, your alkalinity. Try to keep that as stable as possible. And then start low with the light, not too low, and work your way up. Now, speaking of colors and corals, you guys saw, if you're not following me on Instagram, go over and follow me. Not because I need all that clout and shit, but because I posted a picture of a piece of Cali Tort that Big Bertha ripped off the top rock structure, top middle right rock structure by all that. And you guys were commenting that I took a picture of it outside the tank and how beautiful it was. That coral is at like 900 plus par, and it has that color. It's crazy. It didn't start off at 900 par. Trust me, it didn't start off there. It started off much lower and then worked its way up to the top of the tank. But yeah, that's where I just kind of went off on that. So start low with the lighting, let it adjust, polyp extension. If everything's good, then put it up on the rock structure. Hopefully the person you bought it from told you the meat emojis from Meat Man. He told you where you what part it was at while it was healing up, so you can better help out. Anyways, guys, a couple more minutes. Awesome. Thanks, Travis. Super helpful. Okay, we already went through that. Appreciate that. Okay, just an idea. But what about sending a prepaid envelope with every order to mail back the 3D printed frag floats to recycle them instead of tossing them? It's okay. I mean, it costs more money in the prepaid envelope than it does to make them. They cost me almost nothing to make. I mean, to give you an example, I usually don't throw numbers out like this, but I'm just going to give an example. So those Jabo Power pump guards, okay? Right now it's buy two, get one free. They're $10 a piece. I can buy a roll of filament for $22. We'll just round up, say $25, okay? Even if we round it up to 30, all right? So essentially somebody has to buy 2 of those or 3 of those to pay for the entire roll of filament. I can make, and I've done this before, I can make approximately anywhere between, I'm gonna guess here, anywhere between 75 and 150 of those from one roll of filament. Do the math. Okay, so I'm okay with not having those sent back, over time, right? So yeah. I'm not worried about trying to save them. You guys can use them. You can bring them to frag swaps. You can throw them at your kids. Whatever you want to do. My dog likes to chew on them, and then then I find them in his poop. Not whole though. I don't find whole ones. I find chunks of them because that's what he does. So yeah. So that kind of gives you an idea of the amount of money. I don't charge. That's why my 3D printing stuff is a lot cheaper than the other stuff you guys see. I don't charge for the materials, really. I charge for how long it takes. Prices are based off of how long it takes to print something. That's why stuff is cheaper, because it doesn't take as long to print. The materials are relevant. It doesn't really cost much. Granted, I do spend about $500 to $1,000 on filament every month, but that's another discussion. But yeah, got the notifications 30 seconds before you went live. Cool. I'm glad somebody's getting them. And yeah, we are. Yeah, we got one more question here. Fish of Hex, what would be a good ATO for a 20-gallon nano tank for SPS? The micro ATO that I have on the planted tank upstairs. I've used them on the reef tanks. I use them on the 40 shallow reef. Yeah, the micro ATO. Anyways, guys, that's it for the live stream. We are 1 hour in, and I have some other stuff to do. I'm going to go down and finish the Kalkwasser video. Again, if you want to support the channel, head over to fishofhex.com. 20 frags for $300 shipped free within the United States. Sorry, guys, I don't ship coral outside the United States. Matter of fact, I don't ship anything outside the United States because it's a huge pain in the ass, and I do apologize. Someday that will change, okay? But that's it, guys. Appreciate you being here, and I will see you Sunday with a new video and hopefully a podcast next week, and, of course, the live stream next Friday. All right, peace.